Okay, I'm back. Just had a group session with the people here at Metropolitan. And sometimes it gets a little difficult for me when I have to sit down and talk to people. So, okay, yeah, my emotions is up there these days. So, yeah, going back to me having a baby with my cousin, that was just that. A lot of stuff was said about my son within the family. You know, how he's going to be this and that. He's going to be, retarded, all kind of stuff. And instead of having support from them, it was more damaging. It was more breakdowns. And I really didn't pay no attention to it. I always lived in my life of not listening to what people had to say about me or how people would decide to judge me on what they wanted to say and stuff like that. My mama was the most concerned about what people got to say. It's something she always worried about what folks say and stuff. So, you know, one incident while I was pregnant with him, um, I was still like with the girl. So, back to the part where she said she would kill me if the baby wasn't a girl. So we went to the doctor's office, further down the road, went to a doctor's office. But wait, before that, my neighbor came outside because I was gonna have these guys, my friend guys. They all, most of them wanted me to not have no baby, because especially if it wasn't from them. And they was all, remorseful about the situation of how I end up becoming pregnant and stuff. So my neighbor, I remember her saying, she ran outside this one day and she was like, Rita, please, Rita, I was in there praying and God told me to tell you, please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. That's going to be a blessing. God gave that baby for a blessing, Rita. That's your blessing inside of you. Please don't do it. Because she had also had an abortion, when she was younger. And remind y'all not, I hung around lesbians that was older than me. Everybody was older than me. And she was, all my friends was older than me. She wasn't a lesbian because she had a boyfriend, but all my friends was older than me. And she kept telling me, that she had abortion, but she kept hearing her baby crying. To that day in her head, a baby just crying. Never heard her baby before, never saw the baby, but she heard her baby crying all the time. So I thought she was just going crazy, but more to the story. I had okay, then further down the road, the girl who I was with, she was really still abusive towards me. And I ended up keeping the baby and stuff, and we found out it was a boy, so she was excited because we went to the doctor. But before the doctor's appointment, we had gotten into a big old fight. Now, remind you not, okay, the girl I was with got into it with one of my cousins. Long story short, she ended up running my cousin over with the car because she was scared to fight my cousin because my cousin was beating her up. So she was scared to fight her. So her damages was to run the girl over with the car. But I ended up, yeah, I still stayed with her. because I was scared of my life. First off, this girl's nuts. I have had guns put on me from this girl. She came all the way to Tampa this one time with her dad gun, threatening my life and my family life. That if I didn't return back to Gainesville with her, that she was going to kill me right there in University Mall parking lot that day. And I just had to go along with her until I'm gonna be with her. I love her. I'm sorry if you felt any type of neglect from me and stuff, but I want you and only you. So I ended up going back with her and stuff. I was beat by weight bars and stuff by this girl. I was really bruised and damaged. Um, yeah, so to try to fight with this girl in a moving vehicle and she's armed, I was not going to put my life, and then I was pregnant, my baby's life in jeopardy. So the last straw I had with this girl, but then my family, all on y'all, my family is nuts. We had a whole crew come from Miami, Florida to visit that apartment the night that my cousin was in intensive care. And to find out she's in the hospital, still talking trash. She was still talking trash, need to get a whole bunch of surgery done on herself, and she's in the still with the womp womps and stuff, crazy stuff, or whatever. So yeah, later on that night, the boys came from Miami, which is my family, to murk the girl I was with, but my other cousin had to call off the hit because I was still in the property. I was in the premises, and one thing we're not gonna do is come for family. We will come for outsiders, but family is off limit in that area unless you done did something to yourselves or whatever. So we got into this big fight this one night. That's when I was pregnant. And she always promised, she promised, always promised, I will never hit you again. I will never hit you. I will never hit you. That was a lie. So I don't know. No, she confessed it to me this day about how she was still having sex with guys. All these years, she just wanted to confess to me about her having sex with that pastor out there, Micanopy. Some church used to play it because she's a good pianist and she's a marvelous singer. So she went out there and yeah, they used to have sex and stuff behind my back, and she used to have sex with this drug dealer, which I already heard rumors and stuff, but you just be blind to stuff when you hear stuff about your mate because you're so in love and you don't want to believe it. Plus I was young, and like they say, young and dumb. I was young in denial, not dumb, just young in denial of wanting to believe that this girl was out there swinging like that. But she confessed that year, it was 2007. She wanted to start confessing about all the stuff that she was doing or whatever not. And I was so disgusted to my stomach because I've been accused the whole relationship by me having sex with people, about me catching stuff. And she know darn well that wasn't true. Just to keep people eyes off of me so people won't want to come talk to me. But you want the girl, but how she got all this and that, but you still with her. It wasn't making sense to the people's eyes. It's clearly that she wants y'all not to talk to her woman, but she was out doing everything, God knows whatever thing. So I was gonna leave her. I'm finna go. I don't wanna be with you. And that's when the last fight happened. I was pregnant with my baby, and I was probably like 6 months. And this girl Tyboed me in the belly. Boom, 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 boom. Beating my baby through the outside of me. That was the last straw. I beat her for all those years that she had abused me. I beat her stupid. I snatched every frame of our pictures. We had beautiful pictures, all professional pictures of ourselves all through the apartment. I beat her with every picture like she beat me with the big old Michael Jordan frame of him having all those rings on the frame like this big, and she broke that frame on me this one time, full of glass in the bath in the hall, kind of the closet. And I thought about all those years of her, how she abused me, and I beat her stupid. She was bloody. I just snapped and ran out the house, out the apartment to my neighbor, where she served 4 months, and she only served 3 nights of running my cousin over now. But yeah, I got a pregnant woman who called, and she out there, that's my woman. I could do whatever I want to do to her. She hit me, so I hit her. Yeah, straight to jail she went. Yeah, she get out. Yeah, I mean, I went back, but it wasn't that type of go back to her. I went back to just realize I had to do something before I really ended up dead behind this crazy woman, this devil. This devil who was clearly trying to take me out at an early. I was only 17 years old. I started, I was 14, been abused at the age of 14, all the way up to I was 17. No, 18. Yeah, I was 18 years old because I had my baby when I was 19. I was with her for those 5 years and abused the whole time. The whole time. Hospitalized 3 times behind her. And it was just no one night. No, I had stayed multiple months behind the abuse that I endured from this girl. Months in the hospital. So then finally I just went back home to my mom here in Tampa. And I found myself going back to God, praying to God that, He helped me. He helped me get out of the situation and He helped me get over that girl because I was always told that devil, well, the lesbian lifestyle is one of the worst demons out there. And I read up, you could smell a homosexual demon. That spirit is so disgusting. The pigs don't even want no part of it. That's what I read. And I was still like talking on the phone with her, still planning how we gonna raise my son and stuff like this, that together and whatever not. And my mom yelled at me one day, and I'm uh, going back and forth with her about something. And she yelled at me, I don't know why you want to be gay. That ain't a lifestyle. You need to cut all this mess out. I told her because your husband molested me. And that's why I found comfort into women. Her response was, so my daddy raped me. And I ain't gay. Not so. So, like, who cares? Get over it. My daddy raped me and I ain't gay. And then I went forward to tell her how I don't never understood how my two sisters, the young ones, always fighting each other. They fight each other so bad. That's all I was pregnant. Like they hate each other. And then one day I was just so tired of it. I'm like, I don't understand how you two hate each other when I should be the one hating y'all for what y'all daddy did to me. Ding dong, two men molested me. These same two men my mama married. It was my sister, them daddy. And he was trying to really touch on his own daughter, which was my younger sister. He was trying to touch her. But I'm already experienced of a man violating me. Going back, y'all. He a man that was at violating me, and I didn't want my little sister to go through that. So I looked at him and told him, "Don't touch my sister. Leave her alone." This man made me suck his penis. First time ever doing that type of nastiness. He made me suck on his balls while he smoked cigarettes. This the man my mama married. And she sent me over there with my sisters instead of sending me to my daddy house, who never in his life, he just loved women. My daddy, he had a problem with being with multiple women. But he don't play like that. My daddy don't play like that. No. He never drank in his life. He never smoked. He was a professional fighter. He would beat somebody up bad. He's buff. He was a weight champion because he lift weights. He was a bodybuilder because his body is ooh. And that's all he played in. He's a serious guy. Took things very serious. His birthday is somewhere around this time. He's a Libra, Virgo, one of them. He took life in his own area very serious, but he loved the women, all flavors, all flavors. And yeah, she sent me over there to this man all the time, but I never told nobody. I was 18 years old when I told them, finally told them. When I told y'all I was a quiet little girl, I didn't always say nothing. I always kept stuff to myself. Like now, I'm now opening out because I feel like I can't talk to nobody. So if I'm talking to you, holla at your girl. Because I don't know how to talk to people no more. I can't trust people. And I don't think nobody understands me. So moving on. Um, mm, but yeah, so um, my mama tried to act like she was like so shocked. Oh my gosh, why you didn't tell me this already? Let me tell you something. When I went to Miami to go visit my grandma, and this while I was pregnant, my grandma shared this secret with me. She said, Rita Ann, do you know why I'm so mad at your mama? Not that it make her any other better woman, because her man, whatever. She said, your mama used to answer this phone, because back then, when people get locked up, you get your little collect calls in Miami. This is what my grandma told me. And those collect calls will get you to anybody's phone number. Just dial 1-800 collect and, just put a number in. I guess my grandma number was a number the dude came up with and he got through. So my mama, the dude Steve, that was molesting me. Yes, his name is Stephen Pickett. So remember that man name, I will never forget him. He was calling my grandma's house. And my mom used to answer the phone and talk to this man. And my grandma said, I told your mama, Shalanda, stop answering that phone for that man. He in jail. Guess why he was in jail? For molesting his own daughters. And my mama knew this. sickness. So when the girls, his daughters, finally came, and I don't know what type of mama they had, because I remember that they used to come stay the weekend and stuff with us, but they liked us so much. So when they come over there, they used to be always up under us. They love, love, love to come around us or whatever not. So I wouldn't give it her. I don't care what type of new wife you have, new kids you have. If you brought harm to my children, that's a wrap. We're done. Ain't no coming on because you got a wife and she got daughters, but it made sense when my grandma told me that, of me being 19 at that point, and why my aunt came to the church that day of us being little girls and cut the food, how she cut the food of my mama actually real deal married that man. Knowing his demons are disgusting. But I've learned that demons recognize demons and they connect. They like, they click. Birds of a feather, they always gonna flock together. Demons of a demon, they learn how to connect together. And they are so comfortable with each other. That's what I've learned of growing up about my spirituality. And my grandma said, your mother knew that that man already had these type of charges against him. But still, she allowed this man to come around her daughters as if she was exempted to what he was a product of or what he would do to y'all, and y'all being beautiful little girls. And that's when she proceeded to apologize and how she was so sorry that that even happened to me and stuff. And well, grandma, you ain't do much to protect nobody. If you ask me, you ain't do much to protect nobody. Nobody, not even your own children. So I appreciate her for sharing that with me at that time. But when I thought about it, my mom done screwed up because of your decisions to stay with your backbone. And clearly your daughter learned it from you. Hello, generational curses. They keep on going deeper and deeper and deeper into the family. So once I had my baby, he the one that made me want to just say, I want to be loved. I want to find a man. I want to be with a man. I want a man to love me and, me love him. And I prayed the whole time I was pregnant with him. I used to read to him while he was in my belly and just bonded with my baby because this was a different feeling I never felt before of love, of me loving another human being and this human being learning to love me. So when I had him, I met this guy, excuse me, a wonderful man to be honest. His birthday is just passed. Wonderful man. And he treated me just as that. He took me and my baby of being 3 weeks old in like we was his. He loved on us. He gave me his all. He was an honest working man, great provider. Yeah, he a Libra. Great provider. And all he wanted Rita to do was just love him. Love him and love on him. But I was still stuck. Hey, lizard. I was still stuck in thinking that this is not it. I'm bored because he was a working man. I'm bored. I want to do some other stuff. I want to be out there. I was just wow because the devil is not done with me yet. No, he had most stuff planned for me to get my little self into. He said, I ain't done with her, God. Going back off. Let me tag me in on this brown right here. What she thought? I end up marrying a man. And I thought crazily, I thought marrying him was gonna help me stop being gay. I don't know, y'all. Don't ask me why. I really thought if I marry this man, I won't be gay no more. I done married a man, got a whole girl name tatted on me. Started messing with this one girl. She was crazy. But one thing about that first girl, she taught me that I ain't finna let nobody else beat on me. I'm finna fight you. And that's what me and this one did. I had to fight her. Cause she was crazy. She was a Gemini. Ain't got no sense, no type of, none of that. She just straight up flamboyant. This one thought she was a real dude. So yeah, I had to fight her. But amidst all that, I'm still married now. I meet this guy. I was financed out of my whole life, y'all. With this guy. This guy financed my whole life from me. And that's why I'm here at this point. Here we go. So I got with this guy off of false pretense of him supposed to be so in love with me. And I believe he was. I do. I believe that it was his first time experiencing such a beautiful woman that cared about him and showed him that affection. But his past, his background is so messed up. It's just wow. And I was able to call out all of his skeletons to him. His problem was he didn't ever want to open up about his skeletons that I've already seen within him because I called them out. I felt that he was a little under the weather, bisexual. I felt that about him. I felt that he was not that strong enough to handle a person like me, but his capability of making things happen was always that. And I was on point about that. Everything that I was on point with about him was true, except that he would stay loyal and down for me. He had a whole master plan to learn my strategy of how I am me. I was going to school for cosmetology school. I was, love doing hair. I was selling dinners at the house. I was, first of all, still married, so my bank account was always straight. Money always flocked to me. I ain't never worried about how I was gonna make this happen or make that happen or get this done or get that done. I always had a master plan. I always had somebody on read a team that was gonna make sure I was straight. That's just the personality I carried around. I'm a people's person. I know how to make things happen in life. And this guy struck me down because he came from nothing. He was a nothing. And I just thought he had all what I wanted, which was somebody that really loved me. And I was fooled. He beat me bad. Y'all see how I get funny with people that beats on me? He beat me bad. Um, he lied about his motives. All he wanted was a baby out of me and a come up. Yep, a baby and a come up. And to learn how to move like a boss nigga. He felt like he came up just by even being with me. because he was a nobody. People laughed at him in his high school days, thought he was a joke. You know, people couldn't believe that I was even with somebody like him or whatever. And he did me dirty, publicly did me dirty. He started, messing with just whatever. I know he probably had sex with guys on the low. Yeah, I know he probably did. Because he act too much like that. Especially a man who always want to fight on a woman, but he praises guys. You gotta just, you all know what I'm talking about because y'all done been around people, men like that. He praises guys, but he like to fight women. He love fighting women. But yes, sir, to the dudes. All right, sir, want to help them out or whatever not. Then I gets pregnant. To find out he had infected my body with HPV. Now I was confused on what that meant at the time. I don't know nothing about no HPV, whatever not. My heart just dropped when the doctor said anything like that. To me. So these was my two options. She said, Miss Spry, you have the warts on your ovary area. We will do the procedure for you, but we will have to give you a free abortion. So I had to think about this. I went to him at his job, told him I was pregnant. Oh my God, y'all should have saw how he acted. He was just, he was so, so, so happy. Me thinking with my little innocent heart, oh, he gonna change. He gonna be a better man. This might bring my family together. He's gonna love me for real. He gonna grow up. What were you thinking, son? No. The whole pregnancy was a disaster. I had taught him how to sell marijuana, taught him how to bag it up. I even put him on some certain plugs and stuff to where he started sprouting out doing his own thing once he learned how it really went, how he lose money, how he can earn money, how he could keep the money, how he could get more females behind it, how he could just finance the prices. And he started doing everything on his own after a while. I done taught him the basics, so now he's an expert with it. Now he's just a professional. Now he's a distributor, whatever. So now he gonna climb up the mountains. But we even fought when I was pregnant. But I beat him up. I had enough of people beating on me. I had to beat him up. I was beating him back up and stuff. And yeah, he couldn't handle that. I had to fight this dude back. That's when I was like, ain't nobody else gonna put their hands back on Rita. I'm finna start beating up people because I'm over it. I could fight. At that time, that's what my mind was. I could fight and I'm finna show the world I beats up folks. Ain't nobody finna keep on beating on Rita because I was not having that no more. This is public record. For the record, this is not no just I'm saying this. No, this is all public record stuff that I'm telling y'all. And yeah, so had the baby, and I went to go have the surgery after I had my baby. This the part God is so amazing. God stepped in. So I was told to go to church. I said, I'm going to go to church after the procedure, one church. I go to church, and my pastor, this Sunday, he was doing prayer for everybody. Now they say, oh, I want prayer, come up, come up, come up. And then they pray for you as you stand in the front. Okay, next. No. This Sunday, he had a spiritual movement. He would be praying for people, as the spirit guided him of your situation. He ended up laying eyes on me, and he was like, "You come a little closer." Ooh, something brutal with this one right here. You stay right there because God about to reveal something to you. Stay right there. He go, a few more people, he come back. First thing he said was, only two people knew about my surgery, and they went to Gainesville. They came here to support me though. He told all the women in the church to lay hands on where I just had the surgery done at. In my head, I'm freaking out. Don't nobody know this man in my family because my family didn't even know about the surgery. They didn't know what type of procedure was going on. They didn't know I had surgery. All they knew is they had to watch my kids for me. Then he told them just pray. There's like 20 minutes of them praying in the same area. The women of his church, who he ordained in his church. So then he said once they was done, he was gonna come back. He said, don't stop. He kept telling them, don't stop. I'm in my head freaking out. I'm getting so nervous. So then he was done. He come back. He looked me in my eyes. He said, Rita, I love you, Rita. I was stuck. He said, Rita, God love you. He said, it hurts for a man to tell you that, doesn't it? He struck the most two important things that was wrong with me. I was in there, yes, I wanted prayer for that procedure because I didn't want to be in that sick area of no HPV. God knows I was blind to that situation. And then, yes, I am hurt deeply about how I can't find that love that I want out of a man because I was abandoned at an early age from a man and hurt from a man at an early age. To this day, that's still my pastor. I love him deadly. That's why I keep running back to that church because that's real. That's not no book saying, that's not no whatever people put by fakenism in church. That man is real. You hear me? Real. God is within that man for real. And so I go to the doctor's office. My appointment was that following week. That lady say, Rita, wow, it don't even look like we was ever in there cutting anywhere. Are you sure you had a procedure done to you? I went to crying. She was like, what's wrong? I said, you wouldn't even understand. She said, ain't nothing there. I said, what? And I never told my pastor that either. I really never told him that after that day in church and I went back to the hospital. I never thought, I'm just thinking, I never told him that you did some amazing stuff because I was cleared from that. A lot of people say they still have HPV and stuff. I was cleared from that virus. It was amazing. God stepped in because he knew I was in trouble. So I did try church one more time. Y'all hear my steps up. I kept trying to go back to Jesus, which I did. And then I started hanging out with Pastor daughter and stuff. She's an amazing person. I'm going to leave our friendship private, but she's an amazing person. I love that girl to death. Like, seriously, I love her because I understand her and she understood me of us being in church and our battles that we both was dealing with. But we understood each other like two Tootsie Rolls trying to melt down in one bucket. And she would come see me everything in that same house I was living in with my baby dad. She seen how destructive it was and how bad the situation could have been for me to be there, and she didn't even care. She just kept wanting me to just get out of that. She motivated me. She tried, say that, because I kept on backsliding. She tried to motivate me as much as possible to understand the woman that I am, to understand the gifts that I have been given from God, the talents that I have. Like, Rita, you are it, girl. Like, oh my gosh, the people in the church, the youth, how they were prone to me at that church. Like, Rita, I wish I had that what you have. And me this whole time fighting, like, what I got? I feel so little. You guys, these people felt so highly and big of me, and I felt this little, not fully fulfilling my talents and potential that I know that they've seen that I have, and I can't believe that I have it. What is it? I don't know. I don't know. I lost it. I kind of knew it. It was just me living every day with that God given anointing over me. Me living, 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 living. I stopped living. I became dead. For those that don't understand, spiritually dead. Because God was blind to my eyes after a while. But I was never blind to Him. He always saw me. I stopped seeing Him. So that's when the devil said, good morning. Hello. Do you come dancing the strip club, my friend? Come on, girl. Come on to my neck of the woods. Let me have some of that there, cause bro, you messing up. Let me go and get her, cause she ain't trying to. Yeah, in the hood street language, that's what happened to me. Hold on, the last right here. It's my eye, y'all. It's that messed up eye. But yeah, I started stripping, selling drugs, doing drugs, bad, bad, doing drugs. I was in a situation where drugs got so bad to this was public record too. My baby dad beat me till I was half dead, to be honest. If I wasn't ever able to get to the hospital, they rushed me out the scene to the hospital as quick as I did. The people told me I was losing a lot of oxygen. Publicly records, pictures and all. Mm, I don't know, maybe the light is too bright or something, but the gash is in my eye, right there. You can see that gash right there. So I don't have much sense of feeling on this side. So like, see how this eye closes? Because he beat me with a cell phone. He beat me so bad. And the last thing I remember him about to do was shoot me with his gun. He bought a gun and I was on the floor already darn near lifeless. And he decided that he wasn't finished with me. He goes in his closet and grabs, well, he tried to grab a pistol out of the box. And I knew what was in that box. And I ran up out of the house butt naked out the front window, butt naked. Public records. I ran out of there. Long story short, the police ended up coming. But no, I'm so hood. At the time I was so hood. I decided to call my mama them first, my sister them to come handle this boy. Homeboys from the hood, like nobody got their phone. Because they knew, God must have knew that it was going to get ugly before the police got there, if they would have got there before the police did. So I had no choice but to call the police on him. Police came deep, and he trying to tell them that ain't nothing going on, and I didn't do that, and but They like, look at her face, dude. This eye was like a big ball. Like it was a big ball. I have never looked that ugly a day in my life. So shortly after that, I'm so prone to going back to screwed up relationships. And mind you, I had some nice men come across me, to be honest. Because at this time, I was trying to get my life right again with God. I had started going to church. I had started selling Avon. I had started doing group meetings with women. Bonding with women and stuff, and women empowerment. I always been that woman, always for the women, for us to win. And whatever we doing, I always want to see women win. I always been pro women, regardless, pro women, whether I was just liking them or not, pro women. I always been for the women. And yeah, that devil had to come back and destroy me again because that man jumped on me for nothing because he was still trying to cheat with Jezebel or what have you. And yeah, on top of that, y'all, I was still married. So ain't no way that was gonna work out the relationship with this guy. So yeah, I ended up going back to him like once I healed up and stuff and I got my life back on track again, go right back to this guy. It got worse. That's when I started start doing drugs, fell into my mama's footsteps. In other words, I started doing cocaine really bad. Started doing mollies really bad. Ecstasy. I ain't gonna say really bad because I didn't like that feeling of not being able to come back to earth. Off those ecstasy and monkeys, they call them monkeys. I ain't like the monkeys like that because I couldn't find myself again. You gotta wait till a whole month or so to find yourself back on earth. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. No. And then you come down, you feel like everything just backwards. No, I can't do that. You can't. No. Mm-mm. But me and cocaine became best of friends. My box of cigarettes. I didn't really like to smoke weed when I was on cocaine because I wanted to stay up, feeling good up. I felt like up. Hang on, y'all. Hello. But yeah, that was one demon. I thought being with a relationship was a demon. Cocaine is a demon. I used to be high praying that God just take me off of it. God, please, I don't want to be high no more. And then hit the bag again and hit it again. Let me tell y'all, I spent $30,000 on that cocaine. This is hood facts. Hood public record. Over $30,000. Over 30,000. First of all, because the lifestyle I was living, I could afford that at the time. Over $30,000 on sniffing cocaine. I really had lost my mind. I just wanted out. I was used by everybody just to get what they wanted. I was used by my baby dad to come up once again. When he did his thing to come up, I was no use to him no more because he done found his way of seducing the lifestyle that he was had came accustomed to. And I ran from guys like him, and I made him to the guys I ran from because he was lame. He didn't know nothing about no fast lane. He didn't know nothing about that hood life, toting guns. I came from Miami, Florida, so that was a part of me. Getting fast money, being in the fast lane, everything had to be fast because that's where I come from. I didn't know nothing about no 9 to 5. I hustled all my life, and I always knew how to go get that bag regardless. I didn't care what the consequence was going to bring me. Thank God I never got no deep trouble within it, but I was a hustler. It was my bag over your bag any day. And I taught him how to do all of that stuff. And he just threw rocks at me. And I just bought more drugs. Then the same people that you who looked up to you start acting like that you was never nothing. Like it say your name don't when your name start wearing weight on it. When your name loses weight, that's a bad thing. Talented, talent's identity. My name lost its weight because I let that demon get deeper in my life. I let people dictate how I was going to bring myself down and how I was going to see life from being this striving young woman who always had her stuff together. I always had my life together. I didn't let nothing stop me. I didn't let nothing hold me back. I didn't let nothing get in my way. Nothing. And a man,
Loving these braids.
I let a man take me as low as the dirt is placed. A man, who felt low self-esteem for himself. A man who felt like he needed a crowd to be who he is. A man who needed to prove a boy who needed to prove his life to people. And me, I ain't never cared for none of that. I didn't care to press nobody. I ain't never cared to none of that craziness. I was not trying to impress nobody. I was never trying to be a part of nothing. And I lost myself trying to be a part of him, trying to be accepted by him and him only. So I decided to just give it all up. So I actually rent 2015, no, 2017, I rent from here. Me and my children, we was in Atlanta, Georgia. Big major story. I don't want to open up about that yet, but I will. It's a gap in between y'all. It's a major gap, but I'm gonna leave it there. But as of right now, I wonder how many people is in my footsteps or my shoes. Well, nobody gonna ever be in my shoes, but somewhere around in my area of mindset, You know you are capable of doing so much in life. You got the talents to do any and everything you want to do. You can even have the mindset to do it. You could apply for this job. You could apply for that job. But you know, a job is not your description. You are what people need to be applying for. You are the job. But you don't know which way to turn, how to get it back. I know God be trying to tell me to do certain things, but I just want to hear his voice. How everybody say, I heard from God and it sound like this and that. I want to hear that voice so I could stop thinking I'm going crazy when I be told to do certain things that's on my mind. Like give up doing drugs. It's going on a whole year now. I have not done no drugs. I just started vaping because I get a little stressed. Some people say go to a counselor. I don't want to talk to nobody else. I want God to tell me what I should do, where I should go, and what's best for me. Because only He understands me. It's what I feel. Nobody who went to school to understand me will understand me. I once tried, I ain't gonna say I tried suicide, but the way I was going using drugs, that was like suicidal right there. And my kids, I love them so much. I wouldn't dare to leave them here to be taken care of by anybody who would never love them like me. And they love me more than I love myself. No matter what I do to them, they would show me that genuine love right back around the corner. They would make me laugh. My baby just told me yesterday, he said, Mommy, you are my gift. His birthday is on the 24th. He said, Mommy, I don't care if you give me anything. You are my gift. He's 14. That boy loved his mama so much. And I be feeling like I neglected my children because of what I wanted to do, because of what I wanted. But reality, your life is not yours. Your happiness is not yours once you have kids. It will have to always be about them and what's best for them, not what's best for you anymore. And I was always trying to go back to what was best for Rita when it was always supposed to be what's best for them. So when I found I was loving drugs more than I love my kids, I knew I had to do something else and change my life. I had to just run away from all of that was going on. Or I was going to lose myself and lose my kids. And they was going to lose their mommy. My boys, God gave me boys for that reason. So I could know that a man loves you, Rita. My baby's gonna be grown men one of these days. And they already shows me the purest love ever coming from a man's point of view. That's why God blessed me with those boys and not girls. He gave me two men for a reason. I'm gonna provide you with what you need, not what you want. Because I wanted a girl. And that's true factors on everything in life. I let everything go that was hindering me from receiving Him, God. And He's telling me I have to get rid of something else. Everything that remind me of that old lifestyle, I have to let it all go. Down to my truck, I have a Lexus, but it's something greater He wants me to receive from Him. Sometimes I be scared to go without everything again, but I already went without everything. He want me to start fresh, to receive more of Him now, and not be scared that He will not fail me. I gotta stop failing Him. Because if I fail Him this time, it's gonna get harder for me. He've already shown me once before how He would show up in the midst of nothing. This is we have went without well we went homeless this one time in Atlanta, Georgia. Like I said, I'm gonna fill y'all in on that full detailed story in another somebody catch this and feel like I need to open up more, I will. But that's a story that needs to be more talked about because it's deep. It's deep. It's more generational stuff that happened within me. And God showed up and showed out when I went to Atlanta, Georgia, and I ran. That's why y'all see me now here. I ran from Him every time I ran of something could possibly good go right, go good for me. And me used to being come through struggle, well not struggle, but come through the dysfunction. That's what's I'm comfortable with being a dysfunctional person and not really stepping into my greatness, not stepping into what has already been prepared for me at birth before I was even put in my mother's womb. And all I want to do at this point is fulfill that, take back what was stolen from me, regain all the energy that I've lost, the ambition that I once had. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. One thing I do know, I can't give up and I won't give up. Talents, identity. What is yours? See y'all next time.